continue to show his mercy for the leader of humanity, Prophet Muhammad, his household and companions and followers, till the day of accountability. Today is an extension of last week's khutbah on the issue of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's position, knowing who Allah is, recognizing his position, being grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, appreciating what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done for all of us. Added to that, you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala every second. In every second you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is the pattern of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that was the training he trained the companions to always be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Unfortunately today we suspended that in our life. That's why we have unquantified problems that have no solutions. That has no solution. Because Muslims are just there, a number of them, if not the highest percentage of them, without recognizing the true position of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and engaging themselves in remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. On that note, people become so materially inclined. Materially inclined. It is the material that matters. Even those who are having the materials also are still worshipping the materials. Because there is no position filled up with remembering of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the heart. It is Shaitan who occupies the space. Now the hadith we read last week also is there. The Rasulullah says, should I not inform you of the best of your conduct, the purest of your acts, the act that elevates you and your position in the sight of Allah, the act that is better than giving naira and dollar, the act that is better than killing your enemies and your enemy killing you in the battlefield? They said, yes, Ya Rasulullah. He said, remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is much bigger than all this. And the hadith is sound. Another hadith, Rasulullah says, the parable, the example of those who are remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and those who are not remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just like those who are dead and those who are alive. And he's referring to Muslims. Because you don't even call kafir to remember Allah, because you don't even know who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is referring to Muslims. Those who remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are alive. Those who do not remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are dead. They are just like kuffar. And that's why if you look at our attitude today, the difference between the attitude of some Muslims and kuffar has not much actually margin. Because there is no zikr in their life. And you cannot buy iman in the market. You cannot inherit it. You cannot just come across it. You must follow the pattern of Rasulullah, then Allah will enrich you with iman. The companions were trained by Rasulullah to always remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why they were successful in this life, and automatically they are successful in the hereafter. When you wake up early in the morning, the first thing you utter is to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that opens your file with goodness in the sight of the angels. He said, Alhamdulillah, alladhi ahyana ba'da ma amatana wa ilayhi nushur. This is a clear picture of who a Muslim is. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has given us life after he has seized our life. Because sleeping is closeness, actually is very close to death. Because you don't know what you are doing. وَالَّذِي يَتَوَفَّاكُمْ بِاللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ. Allah calls sleeping death. He's the one who sees your life in the daytime and in the nighttime. That is sleeping. So through the sleeping they will proceed to death. So you are lucky that your life is returned back to you. Grateful to Allah who has returned back the life after seizing it. And you confirm again in that simple dua that, oh Allah, to you we are going back. If I am opportune today to wake up, a day is coming when I will never wake up again. Back to you. In a simple sentence, you have confessed the position of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have appreciated, you have thanked, you have concluded, you have agreed. You are convinced that a day is coming when this sleep actually will continue. You will never come to life except on the day of Qiyamah for you. Now when you utter this, you say this out, then you say La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah rabbighfirli. Simple words. When you say it, then Allah will inform the angels that this my servant is forgiven. And if he asks me, if you do any dua, that dua is automatic. That's why some scholars, some of the past presidents, our scholars, they used to, immediately after this, since they know they are now having an open ticket, not for becoming a governor or senator, open ticket of acceptance of dua, then they will make the most expensive dua. They will say, oh Allah, forgive me, forgive my parents, forgive the Muslims alive, those who are dead. It was recorded that even if that is not done to you, you will have reward of each and every one you have prayed for. How can you quantify the number of those whom you have prayed for in this dua? You are still on your bed. And dua, you have said very simple, and look at the record you have of goodness. Every Muslim can say this. And that's why it's not attributed to much of knowledge or much of Arabic or much of Quran. No, simple weddings. Because Allah wants us to enter Al-Jannah. Allah could have said, nobody will earn this road except if you recite the whole of Baqarah offhand. It means a number of people will be deterred from it. He make it so simple. Even if you don't know, you can know in 5 minutes, you can learn this and know it. Also, when you are leaving your house, there is a dua. It's very simple. Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. When you come back again, Bismillah walajna, Bismillah kharajna, wa ala rabbina tawakkalna. And then you say salam to your family. Some they will enter their house making noise. Some singing. Some they will knock the door as if they are armed robbers. Look at all these attitudes that people display. Some after the salama they will just enter without even seeking permission and knowing the condition of their family. Now when you say Hasbunallah, Hasbiyallah, la ilaha illallah, Hasbiyallah, la ilaha illahu, alayhi tawakkaltu, huwa Rabbul Arshil Azim, when you say this 7 times, you are guided throughout that day. When you say it in the night time, 7 times, you are guided to the morning. When you say Bismillah, 3 times in the morning, 3 times in the evening, you are also guided. You are safe 24 hours. If you say Subhanallah wa bihamdihi 100 times, Allah will command the angels to write you the following, to give you the reward of freeing a slave. Some hadith says slaves. Allah will command the angel to clean 100 sins that you have committed. And Allah will command them to write 100 reward. And Allah will tell them that you are safe from the plot of Shaitan that day. And again, nobody will have more reward than you in the whole world, except those who say these weddings more than the ones you have said. More than 100, which means the gate is open for one to say as much as you could. That's why there are some du'ats, zikr, that are limited. They are limited by sunnah, don't exceed them. And there are dua and zikr that are open, you can say as much as you could. Like salatu ala nabi, at least you say 10 times in the morning and 10 times in the evening. If you can do more than that, you can do as far as 1,000, as 1 million. Any salatu ala nabi, you have 10 from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in position of that. That's why you cannot finish the salat, the dua, and then the zikr of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Talk less of borrowing some innovated, imported zikr that are not in record. You are wasting your energy. As you cannot pray Jum'ah except the way Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed Jum'ah, that's why you don't do any zikr except the way Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did his own zikr. Because Jum'ah prayer is ibadah, zikr is also ibadah. You cannot formulate it. So people should not be confused by some of their shuyukhs or some of their imams. You take direct from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that direct give you direct contact and connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has a number of zikr, you cannot finish them. Nobody can finish the zikr of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So why importing another one from somebody somewhere whom you don't even know the authenticity? If Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam terminated his subi prayer, he will face the congregation, giving them a smile, doing his zikr. Smile. it was said that he will not leave the position of his subi prayers until when the sun rises to a certain level, and he will pray 2 rakah. And whosoever engage in that will be given the reward of performing a lesser Hajj, Umrah. Which means you don't even need to go to Saudi Arabia. You can have 300 Umrah in a year through zikr. But people are not doing it. We ask Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala to count all of us among those who are remembering Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, among those who are occupied, engaged with Allah's remembrance. Ameen.